it's time for some more yapping because it's Sunday. Today we're going to take a look at the against average Joe people out there. You can call them whatever you want. You can call them reactionaries. You can call them radicals. I know that in America you're calling every left wing a radical. That if you're left, you're against with the use of violence. Yeah, I think you're wrong. I think you're totally wrong. That's not a good thing if you're wanting to change the world. I'm a left wing, by the way. I'm a socialist, so I have the society on up top on my agenda. But let's talk about the young ones, or the people who are against, anti. And you can pick whatever type of guy you want. Most of them are. But we also have the young ones. They want to be against. I should probably start with me. It's a good start. I was against my father. Not on every respect, I would say. We were disagreeing on easy stuff like music and so on. And to be totally honest, I see where he was coming from now that I am up his age. I know what he was thinking, and I am the same. This is really strange. But that's also why I want to talk about this, because with age, you suddenly realize that being against or anti, you're not just doing that, are you? You're just saying that because you want it to be true, but it isn't. If you're going to be anything in your society, you have to be mainstream. You have to go down to whatever else the others do. If you want to be accepted, if you want to have work, if you want to have, be one of the population, you can't be anti. You can't go around shouting stuff and dress up in strange clothes and put needles through your cheeks and all that stuff. You don't really need that. Yeah, you're showing us that, I am not like you. Yeah, nice, but you still are a human being. If you are a human being, you still have the needs of a human being. And there we are alike. The needs of a human being cannot be taken away. And that's the basics. So any type of trying to change the society, if you're going to do that, try to do it on the basic stuff instead. But they don't. At the moment we have a movement in Sweden that goes against political correctness. And I would say finally, because it has been done quite a while. I call them the soft animals. These are the ones that say that we should all think alike, we should always think mainstream and in this political correctness corridor. You should not think outside it. And that is not something that we can develop from. But then we have young people who are against things. They don't really know what they are against. We are also people who are claiming that we are stopping them from their rights of talking. No, we're not. There's no such thing. And now suddenly there's an anti-YouTube ad thingy. If the big companies are boycotting ads on YouTube, then we should boycott their things. Yeah, you do that. That will only last for a month or two, and then you're back in your Volkswagen again. Because that is one thing. I haven't seen since the 60s that every anti-movement has actually been doing anything. As long as we have capitalism, you cannot do anything anti. As soon as you are trying to do something against the society, you are trying to remove money from your life. And you can't do that. There are people who are trying to live cheaper. That's good. There are people who are actually homesteading back in the States. I've seen some movies about that. Trying to live off the grid, as they call it. But that's not really being anti. That is trying to see if there's another way of living. And probably there is for a while. They will soon get back into the society again. They will not be away for too long. So it's a bit fun to just sit at the side and just watch people trying to change things. In other countries, like in Venezuela and all stuff, they are taking violence as a mean of being anti. But that will always be a wrong way to do it, because violence feeds violence, and money talks. And the one who has the money has the most violence on their side. They can buy tanks and planes and guns. You can always have rocks and sticks. Yeah, you're totally useless. So we'll see. It's a bit fun to see the big guns trying to be anti-North Korean and stuff. But for me, my normal way of living, I just sit here and hopefully we are not going to be that political correctness guys anymore. That doesn't mean that we need to be Nazis. We don't have to be National Socialists. We don't have to be brown shirts. And then we have something in Sweden that is so fun. According to what I've heard, this is political correctness in one way, if you're not going to have a king in Sweden, you have to have a president. That's the only two ruling things that you can have. And I can't really see why. I mean, we have a prime minister who is doing his work splendidly. He's doing it because the people have elected him a prime minister together with his party. And he's doing a fine work. Why do we have the need of a president? A president is really not a guy who is into the political life. He is a head of state, yes, but we don't need a president, do we? Not Sweden. So I'm trying to convince people to convince me. Please be anti so I can understand. Thanks for listening. Bye.